Stop. 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 Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we have another mock driving test. But before we get started, like always, any of you that need help with your driving test, check out this video for the ultimate driving course, which will definitely help you guys with your driving lessons and your driving test.
Hooray! So this course really filled my knowledge gaps and I became more confident.
After watching some of the videos on the course, I felt really comfortable with the extra knowledge.
Before I passed my driving test, I was really nervous. It really helped me have more confidence, and I would take what I learned during the course into my lessons and really aid that.
The videos obviously help you because you're going into that lesson knowing exactly what you're going to do, and just having that knowledge just makes that lesson faster and you feel a lot better.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons.
Okay, so today we have Ethan, and Ethan has come from Manchester, around Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and guys, the learners that do turn up here, they've not had any driving lessons with me. I'm meeting Ethan for the first time. He's here for me to assess his driving. So we're going to carry out a mock test and see if Ethan passes or fails. And if he does mess up anywhere, at least you'll know when he does come to your real test, yeah? Okay, and anybody that's interested in taking a mock driving test with us, all you need to do is drop us a message on Instagram at DJN Driving, and we just select people randomly. Okay, Ethan, so could you tell me a little bit about your driving?
So I've had around 15 lessons with my instructor.
15?
Yeah, 15 lessons with my instructor.
Cool.
An hour each, so 15 hours. And then I've probably had about the same with my brother in his car.
Okay.
On learner driver insurance.
Okay, cool. So how do you think you are with your driving? Do you think you're ready for a test, or almost there?
I think I'm getting there. I think I've made some good progress in the past few lessons and things. My instructor has said that she thinks my standard of driving is good. There's obviously a few things that I need to work on, but I'm getting there. So. Okay.
What would you say the main areas are that you don't yourself feel too
I think roundabouts, like bigger roundabouts, quite difficult to get my head around.
Good, and if you've been watching the videos, you know there's plenty of big roundabouts in Wolverhampton.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So obviously you're not familiar with the area, yeah?
No.
Okay. Okay, have you been through the show me, tell me questions yet?
I haven't, no.
You haven't? Okay, we'll leave them out, but obviously for your test, make sure you do go through them. There's videos on the channel anyway, yeah? Okay, that cover them. We're going to start off by following the sat-nav. Any mistakes you make, you've been watching the videos, yeah? I won't mention anything during our test, but obviously on the video. Any serious faults will be mentioned in red text, any normal driving faults in amber text, yeah? Okay. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, Ethan, if you could move off for me, please. As Ethan steers around this bend, he positions onto the other side of the road. He steers back to the left just in time.
Turn right. After 200 yards, bear right, then bear left.
Now this is where Ethan makes his first serious driving fault, and it could have been quite dangerous.
Bear right, then bear left.
We're coming up to the end of the road. Before emerging onto the main road, Ethan should check both sides to make sure it's safe to enter. He didn't notice that it was the end of the road. I think he thought it was just a bend, and he emerges out without checking. We are continuing straight ahead and have a choice of 2 lanes. In this situation, it's best to select the left lane out of the 2 so that you end up in the left lane ahead. Ethan positions in the correct lane.
Ahead. Keep right.
He builds up speed well on the dual carriageway. And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left. When parking up, Ethan gets too close to the curb and touches it. He also blocks a driveway. And move off when you're ready, please. And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left. Again, when parking up, Ethan blocks a driveway. And move off when you're ready. When moving off from a parked position, if there is anybody around, then you should apply a right signal. This time there was no one around, so it was okay. But generally, Ethan didn't think about applying a signal each time I asked him to move off. Here now a vehicle overtakes us. Ethan reacts well by noticing this and easing off the gas and allowing the vehicle to overtake. Ethan shows good awareness by noticing that the speed limit changes from 20 to 30 miles per hour and reacts well. On the approach to this left turn, Ethan does everything correct. He checks the mirrors, signals, slows down, but then just drives past the turn.
Sorry.
Turn left, please. Ahead there are parked vehicles. When passing these vehicles, Ethan gets very, very close. As we approach this turn, Ethan should have selected first gear on approach, but he approaches in second gear and then selects first gear too late and rushes off the clutch. This leads to my neck movement. At the end of the road, turn right please. This is another steep uphill junction. When moving off, Ethan brings the clutch up a bit too fast and stalls. He reacts well by keeping good control.
Stop.
Now here I'm going to ask Ethan to do the reverse parallel parking maneuver. He does make a serious fault when doing this. And if you could use that vehicle in front to carry out the reverse parallel parking maneuver. Yes, I'll pull up next to it, then park behind it, leaving about a car length from the front of our vehicle and the back of that vehicle.
Okay.
Before reversing, you should check all around, including a look out of the back window. Ethan does check the centre mirror, but doesn't look all around or check out the back window, and this would be marked as a serious driving fault. Apart from the observations, he does well and finishes in a good position.
Okay, distance.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. And whenever you're ready, if you could move off. Now I'm going to ask Ethan to carry out an emergency stop. He does make another mistake. Shortly we're going to carry out the emergency stop here.
Okay.
When braking, he could have reacted a bit quicker and pressed the brake pedal firmer. Stop. And move off when you're ready, please. When moving off after stopping in an emergency, you should check both shoulders as we are positioned in the normal driving position and not in a parking position. Ethan checks the right shoulder but doesn't check the left one. Ethan isn't too happy with his performance so far.
Clutch foot's like that. Shaking.
Don't worry, it's nearly over.
God, it's been absolutely awful. Embarrassed, man. I'm better than this.
As long as he's past the real thing.
Oh, I hope so.
Here Ethan has a couple of hazards to deal with. He reacts well.
Bless her.
Now we are back at the test centre and Ethan makes a serious driving fault just as we are about to end the driving test. This is a really common fault for observations. As he approaches the end, you'll notice Ethan does look towards the left, but then he's looking towards the right and takes a bit of time to emerge out. And in that time, he didn't check the left again. The situation could have changed and there could have been a vehicle approaching from the left in that time. Make sure to check again just before emerging out. Now let's find out how Ethan is feeling about his driving. He wasn't too happy. That's fine.
That was awful.
Okay, switch off the engine for me. Yes, I've just heard you say that was awful. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
So what do you think? Why do you think it was awful?
Oh,
so
God.
You obviously think you failed.
Yeah, by a lot. I think I failed in about the first 15 seconds.
Oh, what do you think you did in the first 15 seconds?
Well, until that turned into you wide, I was concentrating on my mirrors and I ended up halfway in the centre.
Yeah, it did go into this side. I could have marked that as a serious fault, but again, there's no immediate danger. Yeah, there's no one behind us. There was a vehicle in front oncoming one, it's quite far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you corrected it just in time. If I did have to react, or if you were there another couple of seconds, then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let you off with that one.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, as you're checking the mirrors too long, with the mirrors, just be a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stare in them.
Mm.
Okay. So quick regular glances.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was happening. Yeah. Even okay, before I went, any other parts that you noticed?
I think when we was verging right, I think I didn't see the giveaway sign. I just pulled straight out and then I seen that to look to your left. Yeah.
That was there within the first few minutes. Yeah. Okay, it was the end of the road. Yeah, a bit like the surface. Obviously, the snow's just cleared up. Yeah, and it was quite bright. Yeah, and sometimes the road markings aren't that visible. Yeah, but then we were following the sat nav as well.
Yeah.
You've got to really pay attention
Yeah.
to that. And I was like, I looked up, there's no one coming. Otherwise, I would have to go for the break.
Yeah.
Just imagine there was a lorry coming
Yeah,
from
exactly,
that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that one. Anywhere else?
Don't know if it's a serious fault, but when I went to turn left, I don't know why, the brakes just didn't feel responsive. I don't know what it was. Might have just been my shoe sole or something, I don't know.
The thing was there, I have marked as a serious fault. Yeah, you did everything, mirror signal. You started to slow down.
I don't know what it was. I was just like, what's going on?
And
I
then
thought I was having my foot on the accelerator, but then I processed and admit that's not right because I wasn't speeding up. It just didn't feel right at all. I don't know what that was.
You just went past the tin.
Yeah, I know,
You
I
slowed
just-
down. There's a vehicle behind us, and if there was a vehicle waiting, what would they have done?
Probably pulled out.
Yeah. And there were vehicles behind us also. I did mark that as a
Yeah.
serious fault. Yeah. Okay. But these kind, like the stuff that you done, it's like, I'm sure you don't do that kind of stuff when you normally drive.
No, definitely
Yeah,
not. Like I
obviously
say, my clutch foot was like this the whole way through. I was so nervous.
Yeah, and these are easily avoidable. The other one, you know, and I actually to park up like towards the end. Then see on that one road, I actually to park up about 3 times, didn't I?
Yeah.
Each time you blocked a driveway, and so I just wanted to see, was it just a one-off? But because it kept happening,
Yeah.
and that will happen. So if the examiner asks you to pull up, and you do block a driveway, they do actually do this normally about 3 times. But sometimes they can do more than 3 times. They just want to give you that chance. And the first 3 or 4 times, you just blocked a driveway each time.
I know.
Yeah, and you were getting quite close to the pavement as well,
Yeah.
really close. At one point, you did go on it
it, yeah.
slightly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that. So you know when you park up, don't rush to it.
Yeah.
Like they will say, park up wherever it's safe. Yeah, and just have a look. Oh, is it safe here? And if there is a driveway, how can you tell if there's a driveway or not a driveway just by looking at the curb?
Dipped curve.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, each time it was by a dip curb you were pulling up, and I think you could have just gone a bit more forward.
Just easy mistakes.
Yeah, easy mistakes. Okay, and you know when you move off, your observations are really good. Yeah, just be careful. Like if there's no one around, there's no need to signal.
Yeah.
But 3 times there, you could have applied the signal because there were oncoming vehicles or there was someone around.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think. I did not even think.
But it's like that's what you know when you do your observations.
Yeah.
We call it like taking effective observation, thinking, okay, is there someone around?
Yeah.
Do I need to signal? You don't have to. Yeah, but if there are people around, you should signal.
yeah,
to
honestly, I didn't
someone.
even think. That didn't even cross my mind to signal. Just
One time, this did happen a couple of times, like, you know, in your general driving, getting a bit too close to the curb and then getting a bit too close to parked cars.
Yeah.
You start off with, like, as a minor fault. Then this one time, though, there were quite a few parked cars. This oncoming
Yeah.
car, you got really close.
I
I was
think
on
I
the
know,
verge of
yeah.
saying steer away.
Okay,
Yeah, just be careful of that clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the reoccurring ones that were minors that could have led to, well, that did lead to majors, the clearance, from the left-hand side, and just pulling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So simple stuff. Your maneuver accuracy wise is really good. You could have come
Yeah.
back a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before you start reversing, you've seen you would have definitely seen me say this in many of my videos. You know, when anyone's reversing, before you start reversing, where should you observe?
You're right, blind spot.
Everywhere. Yeah. Not the right blind spot you should do before you swing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you were doing. But before you start to reverse, you should have looked all
Yeah.
around, but you didn't, especially towards the back. You
Yeah.
were just looking at the mirror. You did notice the car, but that's not good. In that mirror, you can't see everything.
Yeah.
You can only see what's directly behind, nothing on the side. Yeah. Okay. So for the observations, otherwise the maneuver was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the emergency stop as well. Yeah. Your braking should have been a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mark that one as a serious. Yeah. But you've got to be a bit more
Yeah,
firmer
bit
on the
more, yeah.
on the brake. Yeah. But when actually to move off again, because you're in the middle of the road, you should be checking all around. You check your right blind spot. You didn't check the left one.
Okay.
Yeah, and that would be marked as a serious fault.
Yeah.
So say if you're parked on the left, because you're in your parking
Yeah.
position, even if you did miss the left blind spot, yeah,
It's not
there's no
me.
one can get through that gap, can they? But after the main stop, you're not towards the left, you're in your normal driving position, so you should have checked the left blind spot. And it's at the end here. You even said, oh, this is the famous road, yeah, and I said at the end of the road, turn right. So you approached it fine. You look to the left, good. You look to the right, it's clear, but then you're staying to that side and you've taken a few seconds to move. And what could have happened in the meantime?
Someone changes or something.
So this is one of the most common reasons why learners fail their driving test. Yeah, for the observations.
Yeah.
You did look, but then you moved off. If somebody was coming, the examiner would have gone for the brake.
Yeah.
And like a lot of learners, oh, they came out of nowhere. No, they didn't come out of nowhere. It's because you were slacking in those observations. So just a bit more quicker, a bit more frequently with those checks. Even when you're about to major, just always think there's going to be a motorbike coming really fast. We'll look out for those motorbikes. Okay. Ethan, thank you so much for coming down and doing the mock test. Hopefully it's helped you out. And guys, like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.